Welcome. Today, we're diving into some important cyclic code problems, complete with detailed solutions. These examples are perfect for anyone studying information theory and coding. I'm Mrs. Sonali Basak from ECE at SVISD, and together, we'll explore these key numerical challenges step by step. Let's get started. Let's walk through encoding a message using a cyclic code. We start with the message polynomial m of degree 3. Since our code length n is 7 and message length k is 4, we multiply m by x to the power of 3. That shifts it up to degree 6. Next, we divide this result by the generator polynomial g. When we do the long division, the remainder is 0, which means the code word is just x cubed times m in binary. That gives us 1,011,000. This process ensures our message is properly encoded for error detection. Now let's tackle a classic problem in error detection. We're given a received word, and we need to check if it contains any errors. The key step here is dividing by the generator polynomial, g of x. After performing this division, we look at the remainder. That's our syndrome. If the remainder is 0, no error. If it's not, we've detected an error. Here, we're working with a 74 cyclic code and a specific g of x. Let's see what the syndrome tells us. Let's check if g of x equals x cubed plus x plus 1 is a valid generator polynomial for a 74 cyclic code. First, the degree has to match n minus k, which is 3 here, and it does. Next, we verify that g of x divides to the 7th plus 1. Since it does, g of x is indeed a valid generator polynomial. This confirms it can generate the code we need. Now, let's look at how we build the generator matrix for a cyclic code. Each row in this matrix is just a right-shifted version of the row above it. That's the cyclic property in action. Starting from the generator polynomial g of x equals 1 plus x cubed, we get a generator sequence. By writing successive cyclic shifts of this sequence, we form the rows of the matrix G. This matrix is key to encoding our 74 cyclic code. Let's walk through how we encode a message using a generator polynomial. We start with our message polynomial, m of x, which is x cubed plus x squared plus 1. Then, we multiply it by x cubed, shifting it to make room for the remainder. Next, we divide this product by our generator polynomial, x cubed plus x plus 1. The remainder we get from this division is x squared plus x plus 1. Adding this remainder to our shifted message gives us the encoded code word. In this case, 1,101,111. This process is called systematic encoding, and it ensures our message is ready for transmission with error detection. Let's look at error detection in a cyclic code with a minimum distance of 5. The minimum distance tells us how many errors the code can detect and correct. Here, the code can detect up to 4 errors, 1 less than the minimum distance. When it comes to correction, it can fix up to 2 errors. This balance between detection and correction is key to understanding the code's reliability and performance. Let's talk about code rate, a key measure in coding theory. Here, we have a cyclic code with parameters 15 and 11. The code length n is 15, and the message bits k are 11. To find the code rate, we divide k by n. That gives us 11 divided by 15, which equals about 0.733 or 73.3%. So the code rate tells us how much of the code is actual message versus redundancy. In this case, it's just over 70%. We've covered a lot about cyclic codes, from their basic definition to key properties, and how to encode messages systematically. We explored generator polynomials, constructed generator matrices, and learned how to detect and correct errors using syndromes. This list highlights the essential questions you should focus on for exam preparation.